In this video, I'm going to be introducing violinists to how to read and play the notes on your G string. Now, the first thing you want to remember is which string is G. It's your lowest string. Okay, so make sure you find that nice low string there. And now the second thing you need to remember is how our musical alphabet works. So when we're thinking of our G string notes, we're going to want to use our alphabet, because that helps us know what's coming. But if I think about just my regular alphabet, like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, we don't have H notes in music. So we want to remind ourselves that in music, our musical alphabet is a circle. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So we're always in that loop. So, knowing that, let's think about what our notes are on the G string. I'm just holding my violin like this so that you can see really clearly where my fingers are going to go. So, G, no fingers. After G, we add a finger. It's not H. A, right? Because in our musical alphabet, after G comes A. First finger, A. After A, B. After B, three fingers, C. And then I can play my D string D on that G string. Fourth finger, D. Same as our D string right there, okay? So let's go ahead and let's just try those notes. Let's get our violins up. And on the G string, you're going to want to let your elbow swing under your violin a little bit more so that you can really comfortably get your fingers over to the G string. If my elbow's going that way, I'm never going to be able to reach those notes. So make sure you let it swing underneath, nice and curvy. Okay, so let's start no fingers down. Let's add them one by one. So let's start with G, no fingers. A, one finger. B, two fingers. C, three fingers. And then D, four. We go a little faster. Let's go a little faster. Lift your fingers. Adding them one by one. Ready, G. G, A, B, C, D. Nice. Okay. Hey, do you want to try going backwards? They're all lifting down. Let's go backwards. Let's lift them. D, C, D, A, G. There we go. Okay, so now let's see how we read these on the music staff. The G string notes are so low that they have to go, we say, below the music staff and use what we call ledger lines. And ledger lines extend the notes below or above the music staff. Now, G is the lowest note we can play on our violins. It is 1, 2, 3 spaces below the staff. So we see that this is the first space, that's where D normally is. Second space, and this guy is at the third space below, right there. So this is G. I'm going to use a darker pen. Let's use this one. Okay, let's write G right there. Okay. Now, one note higher than G, we add that first finger, A. Two lines below the staff. Not as low as you can go, but close. Add a finger, B. Add a finger, C. Add a finger, D. Okay, so let's look at what we got there. So these notes, we just have to get used to reading them. There's no real trick. You just have to get used to being able to follow the pattern and know what they look like. So knowing that you know what D is, one line below the music staff, C. How many fingers is that C? How many fingers is that D? We could do it on the D string of 0, but let's do it with 4 on the G string. And then for C, 3 fingers, going backwards here. For B, 2 fingers. For A, 1 finger. And of course for G, 0. Okay, so let's go check out another exercise here. So let's look down at this one. What's our first note? It's the lowest note you can play. Yeah, it's totally a G. It's totally a G. Let's write a G right there. Okay, now let's look at the next note. Is that an A? Does it look like this? No, because it's not right next door. If it was an A, it would be on that line that is right above that G. This is a note higher. This is a skip. So if we skip A, it's a B. Okay, where do we go back to? It's not on that line. It's not right here. Back to G. You see the pattern? How many fingers for that B again? 2. Let's practice a couple of those. So I just want you on your own for 10 seconds to practice going from G to B. Lifting those 2 fingers on and off together. Swing your elbow underneath. Lift them in the air. I'm just doing a couple on my own. I'm also going to sneeze. I feel it. Excuse me. And let's go and play that one together. So, fingers in the air. No fingers. Starting on G. Ready? Go. Very good. Are you ready to level up? Yes, you are. Okay. So, what is our first note? The lowest note you can ever play. It is totally a G. Let's use numbers this time. No fingers. Okay. How about our next note? Is it a skip or is it next door? It's next door. It's an A. First finger. Are we going lower or higher to our next note? Going back down. No fingers for a G. How about this one? Next door or skip? It's a skip. B. Second finger, B. Push. It's next door. Going lower. So it's not a C. We're not going higher. A. First finger. And then we land on G. Listen to this one once. G, A, G, B, A, G. Let's do it together. Violin up, swing your elbow, fingers in the air, first finger right over that tape. Make sure it's ready to go down. Ready, G. Recommend on your own playing around with your G string notes. You are now ready to work on page 26 in your Essential Elements book. This is the page that introduces you to all of your G string notes that we have talked about today. I will also have a G string and all your other string note cheat sheet available on my website for you to use as reference as you're working on your G string notes. After you've been working on page 26, you're going to be all ready to get onto page 27 and start using some of these notes in some really fun songs. So, good